Maplewood isn't alone in having a commercial area that virtually begs you to get out of your car, walk, and discover. Kara Vaninger introduces us to a photographer who did just that on St. Louis's Cherokee Street.
Photographer Ryan Stanley has spent the better part of a year exploring and documenting the many layers of Cherokee Street. Once the intersection of two streetcar lines, it rapidly emerged as a shopping hub in the 1890s. But as streetcars and city living went out, and Prohibition and a new highway came in, Cherokee's vitality faded with the exodus of its businesses and residents. As the decades passed, the growth of the antique district and influx of young artists and immigrants started to bring the neglected street back to life. Ryan's photographs celebrate these historical, architectural, and human layers to tell the ongoing story of Cherokee.
The reason why I started here is just I saw stuff was happening and that it was building up something, and just walked down the street and just saw so many things to take pictures of. Came back with like 20 images and I was like, wow, I can't imagine I got that many images in that short of time.
This abundance of images led Ryan to start a photo blog called Found on Cherokee, which he has updated almost daily for nearly a year.
I think that the blog format itself allows you to keep motivated, and it kind of gives you that gallery space that allows you to inform people, entertain people, and just really showcase what you're doing. And if you make a pact to update it every day, then you need to be shooting. One of the things that really inspired me are the windows of Cherokee. They're large, and people seem to spend a lot of time putting in interesting art and displays and unique places that you're not going to find everywhere. So a lot of the work is working with those windows, working with the displays, working with the light and the clouds, and just putting those together, and sometimes getting abstract. There's a contrast that's going on all the time on the street, and it's not a regulated place. People aren't constantly trying to change and get to some sort of ideal. There's always some beautiful detail that is from a past that's been tagged over. Architecture that is old, it's beautiful, it's been modified. Time has changed things. There's hints of the old, hints of the new, hints of the reconstruction, texture in the red brick, texture in the walls, texture in the graffiti, just an overarching texture that changes as you walk down the street. One of the things that kind of come out of it was that people were able to have a resource of images, and people were just wanting to be able to use them on things, and it's really a gift to the neighborhood.
Jeff and Randy Vines, owners of Style House, see Ryan's blog as more than a simple gift to the neighborhood. They consider it the street's visual archive.
Yeah, I'm checking out all your slides right now. This is going to be really cool when we go to Philly to show some of this. I think it also...
Yeah. What's the thrust of the Philly presence?
There are going to be people from all over the country talking about revitalizing urban streets. So they invited us to talk about Cherokee because they're really paying attention to the street.
Randy and I opened our shop here 3 years ago in 2010, and we chose Cherokee Street because we think it really embodies everything that we love about St. Louis. It's kind of gritty, unpolished, under the radar, historic, charming, a little edgy.
Found on Cherokee really kind of, it captures the essence of a street in transition, and it has so many quirks and nuances and idiosyncrasies, and it's so diverse and rich in character that I think Ryan's blog really captures the personality of the street and all the diversity that makes it such an exciting place right now.
You have to be on foot to see some of the details that he focuses his photographs on, and I think really it's kind of a metaphor for St. Louis. I mean, so many people just think of St. Louis based on what they see in a car on their way to a ball game or their once-a-year concert. They miss what really makes it great. So Ryan's attention to detail on the little things that make this street unique are really inspiring to us.
I think it'd be really neat to kind of have a visual tapestry of the whole city laid out like Found on Cherokee. It's a great example.
From from an antique district to a ethnic community to art galleries to, barbershops. It all kind of flows together.
Right now, I think it's really starting to come into its own as a hub of creative energy and collaboration and community spirit in a way that we haven't seen before.
There's tons of artists around here, whether it's street artists or artists in their studios. So a lot of what I do is I kind of look for that kind of stuff. Taking pictures of art makes some new art. So I kind of work with the found art, and that's sort of a collaboration that I have with everybody, whether they know it or not.
Ryan's latest collaboration is with his 6-year-old son, Skylar, who's getting his first photography lessons on Cherokee.
The first time we went out, it was, he just had a lot of energy and was just going and shooting all sorts of stuff and just kind of feeding off his no fear of going up to people. It's easy for a 6-year-old though. He just goes up and he doesn't care. Neither do they. He's got a different perspective, so height-wise and being 6. So it's a good process, and it's something you can look back on and see that we kind of did that together.
Another logical collaboration for Ryan was with the Vines and Style House.
Ryan came to us with a great idea. We have a line of t-shirts that something's STL, and Ryan thought it would be a great addition to our line if we had an iPhoto STL. He gave us a design. It was widely successful, and now we've added it to our permanent line of t-shirts.
What we're discovering is that there's a whole generation of really creative, ambitious people who are committed to making St. Louis a more vibrant and progressive city. They enjoy being part of a work in progress. People who are here really want to be here. And Ryan is an example of someone who could go anywhere he wanted, but he chose to make something of his hometown.
When you're trying to describe what Cherokee is to people, it's easier to just say, oh, go check out Found on Cherokee. And that kind of says it all without having to say anything.